Welcome to Cosmos with Bailey. I'm Bailey and I'm a psychic medium and spiritual healer based in New Zealand. Welcome. So today's video is going to be on divine feminine energy. What happens when we focus too much on our looks? So, yes. So what happens as women when we what happens to our spirit and our feminine essence when we focus too much on our looks? I'm also going to talk about how looks aren't really that important. So first and foremost, when we focus, yes, we can focus on our looks and enjoy being in the body, enjoy, fashion design and beauty and taking care of our physical vessels, of course. But that's sort of like the higher nature of loving the body and taking care of the body and taking care of yourself in spirit form. However, when we are lacking our divine feminine spirit as women, we tend to use our looks as the end all be all, and it becomes more about a dissociation from the feminine spirit and more about external validation as a woman. And you actually start to lose connection to the feminine spirit and your natural organic intuition, your flow of feminine energy within the body. And you also start to dissociate from the inner knowing and cultivation of the spiritual essence. And when we dedicate our entire lives to the physical or external validation, or only getting attention from external validation for only very surface ideals of our looks, or say we are dressing in trends, or we are dressing in a certain way to get attention, or we are dressing in a certain way or doing our makeup in a certain way so we are very appealing to the opposite sex, but it's only for the attention of the opposite sex, we can become very, very shallow and very, very disconnected from what truly makes us as women and unique essences. And if we dedicate our entire lives to only our looks, we actually lose an integral part of life and life experience. And when really it should be about cultivation of the inner feminine spirit and then expressing that inner feminine spirit into the physical reality via art, beauty, joie de vivre, happiness, excitement, light and radiance of your soul and the enjoyment of being in a physical body. And you don't need good looks to enjoy yourself as a woman and enjoy your spirit. So when you focus too much on external validation or the external reality as a woman, I said this in Divine Feminine, How Do We Get Butch Energy, is that you actually dissociate from the softness and almost, I want to see, the artistic creativity of being an intuitive and in-tune spiritual woman. And you lose, I think the biggest thing is when this happens, is you actually lose your unique spiritual essence. And the reason why uniqueness is so important on the earth is because we can get so caught up in trying to be like everyone else and following these trends and going to all the big makeup stores where all the makeup looks the same. And we can become a part of this realm as women where we just are sort of going through the motions and going through autopilot of what we think being feminine is about. And you sort of want to bring it back to your unique essence and what you like. It doesn't mean that you can't enjoy makeup and fashion, but it's sort of like you've got to reroute yourself into what it is you actually like as a woman. Do you actually like dressing like this? Do you actually like the attention you're getting? Are you being respected and honored as a woman? Do you have your own thoughts and opinions on things? Do you have a unique way of doing something that no one else? That's the thing with the soul and the spirit of a woman. you'll be able to do things in a way that are unique and honest and authentic to you from within, instead of trying to emulate stuff outside of you and almost trying on personas of other women, or like ways of doing things of other women that aren't quite truly who you are. And I think also women have, when we're connected into the spirit of the divine feminine, which comes from within as a woman, we're able to beautify the earth with uniqueness and like true divine spiritual beauty. We're able to beautify and bring more love into the earthly realm via our unique essence. And no one else can do it the same as you as a woman. So when we go focusing on just external validation via our looks, maybe wearing certain outfits, or maybe saying certain things because we want a little bit of attention, we have lost connection to the divine feminine spirit within. And we're not able to cultivate a beautiful life and a beautiful earth. And we're not able to, I think about often like the Venus de Milo and the Italians and the naked bodies and this almost like this naked beauty of woman. I think what's being lost a little bit is the purity of the divine feminine spirit that doesn't need all those things. She's fine as she is. And this is when you start to cultivate individuality, your unique thoughts on things. You become interesting and exciting as you are. You're not going to be like another female on the internet. You're going to be, connected to yourself and expressing yourself, and you're going to be so much more happier. But sort of, if you've lost connection to the divine feminine spirit and you have found that you focus too much on your looks, or you rely too much on your looks, it's most likely that you become really disconnected from your heart and your spirit within, and you're using the external reality to try and gauge who you are instead of tuning into who you are within. And you can become really confused as a woman about who you are and your unique essence and what you can express through you spiritually and into the earthly realm. And it's not like we have so much more to offer as women as opposed to just our looks and just dressing a certain way. And as I said, it doesn't mean that you forego enjoying dressing up or doing makeup, but it comes from your unique essence within and what makes you feel really comfortable and confident. And confidence and comfortableness with who you are doesn't come from the need to prove it. If there's proving going on, or you feel you need to be a certain way for a certain group of people, you're disconnected from your spirit and you may just be around the wrong people. If you feel like you need to dress a certain way to fit in, or if you feel like you need to do what everyone else is doing, you're not being unique and authentic as a woman, you've most likely lost the connection to that divine feminine essence within that really makes you unique and individual and authentic as a woman. Ideally, as a woman and working with the divine feminine essence, we should not all be doing the same thing, and we should not all be saying the same thing either. We are all unique blooms of the divine feminine, and you can't compare another woman to the next woman because her gifts will be different to your gifts, and what she's here to do will be different to you. So you don't want to surround yourself with people who are all doing the same thing. You want to really understand divine feminine energy from your own unique perspective. And I want to say, strip back the mask of what you think being a woman is about in the external reality, and what does the divine feminine essence mean for you within. If you were to strip back the clothing and the makeup that you wear daily, and almost like if you focus too much on the external reality and just your looks, who are you without all the external validation, I think is what you're wanting to get at. Yeah, so there's been like a separation, or when we focus too much on those external validations, all those things, we can actually begin to stop enjoying being a woman. And we can also get very hard. We can also get very unflowy. And we can also become very subconsciously unhappy and not really understand why. And we also may go into things or do jobs and situations that sort of align with our need for external validation and not truly what our spirit wants as women. And we can create a life for ourselves where everything is really, really surface. Yeah, where everything is really, really surface. So what you're wanting to do is come back into the body, or just come back in, and you can get really, really unflowy and not be able to tune into your intuition and your feelings in a really natural and organic way if you focus too much on external looks and external validation. And you're not going to be able to do the natural, I want to call essence flow and effortless flow of being a woman if you're not aware of your spirit within. And instead it's more about how you look. And also when it comes to aging, you're going to find it really, really hard to let go of your youth and move into maturity if you've only focused on the external validation of who you are as opposed to the inner reality of who you are. And that's where you get, that's where you get people who don't grow up and just sort of cling on to youth when really it's about the inner spirit. Yes, so yeah, that's what happens when we focus too much on our looks, or we don't see the value in our spirits and what our spirits have to offer as unique women, and that is the single most important thing with divine feminine spirituality and also being a woman on this earth, is what does your spirit have to offer? What are your gifts and abilities that you have to offer? And you may have to do a little bit of spiritual work and reroute yourself and really start to uncover and peel back what it is and who you are in the spirit of being a woman. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that was helpful.